It's only episode 4, but the drama continues. Kwanjomane season 3. Let's get into it. Hi guys, my name is Asanda Kati and welcome to my YouTube channel where I give you my takes and opinions on trending topics happening globally. Today I'm going to be recapping and reviewing Kwanjomane season 3 episode 4, and not much happened this episode. It wasn't that drama filled, but it is a build up to next week's explosive episode. So basically, if you've been following Gwanjomane, you do know that the Gwanjomane family as a whole that started their career on Facebook, basically making funny videos, funny family centered videos of basically documenting Usmangele Mhlongo, who's the mother of Chicken Mhlongo and Untogo Mhlongo, and they would make content, funny content in regards to their family, her journey as a traditional healer, and her disciplinarian attitude towards the people that are around her, right? So they continued, getting more famous on social media until they got their own reality show. Hence why I'm here to tell you more about it. I basically love the show because it's very authentic, and I feel like it depicts South African lives very realistically. Because you know how reality shows, especially from Mzansi Magic, they try their best to make it more about glitz and glamour rather than show the real authentic environment that we Black people grew up under, like locations, townships, rural areas, and things of that nature. And Gwanjomane details and documents or shows these, online celebrities still living their lives like usual, still living in a 4-room house, and just showing people the realistic life of an average content creator. Because just because you have million followers online, it doesn't mean those millions translate into currency in the real world, right? But I see collab. Back to this. So the episode starts off with usiska Chicken Omdala, u-Antika Chicken, going to have a sit-down conversation with her son Nganti's, baby mama's mom, right? So basically, this is the picture. Let me paint it. Usiska Smangele, Mamkulu, goes to her son's baby mama's home to have a sit down conversation with them in regards to the health of the son's son, right? So basically, her grandchild, because her grandchild is not doing well at school. And Basola would it's because it was found out that her son is related to her baby mom, Wisbong. So they're thinking Uguti, maybe biologically speaking, their genes got mixed up because they are related and it's somehow affecting the child. So they went to the family of the baby mama and they had a sit down conversation. And while they were having that conversation, the baby mama's family was displeased because they feel like they should have written a formal letter. And Mamkulu was basically saying they're not really there to discuss Ilobola, but they're more there to discuss the son's health. Yes, eventually, Mamkulu's son will pay Lobola for the baby mom, but the most important thing that they need to fix, Linda is Bong, right? And then they spoke about it, and yeah, they are related, the baby mom and the son, and now they need to go get a DNA test, right? So Unganti Mandisa, who are Mamkulu's son and his baby mom, they need to go for a DNA test to see if they're blood related, and that will reveal whether their genes may be messed up, the chemical engineering, like the brain of their child, so much so that he's getting affected at school, right? I didn't know DNA tests can actually reveal that, but okay, that's what's happening. And I like kudos to them for kuyisukumela leyo nto, because not a lot of black families like take mental health seriously and don't look they like an average black family will think who would know maybe the child needs to just go to another school. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a very surface level outlook. They don't look deeper into things, and I'm just happy that this family is proactive about the child's development in school, because they understand also there's long-term consequences, and they want to remove themselves or rid themselves of the guilt if it has anything to do with them, right? And then as the episode continues, we see nephew kaSimangele, who is Mamkhulu's other child, oldest child, Usphe, having a sit down with uNqanti in regards to their brothers, in regard, like those two are brothers, uNqanti Usphe are brothers, right? Nganta Mamkhulu too, they were having a discussion in regards to yes, I started this okay. Having a discussion in sorry, they're having a discussion in regards to um Usimangele Mhlongo and Sphe's strained relationship. They basically don't like each other. And Sphe was listening to a voice note that Usimangele Mhlongo sent to him, who is Usimangele Mhlongo is his aunt. He's his mother's sister. And they're basically bayanukana ngokuthi they want to kill one another. Like Usimangele thinks Usphe wants to kill her because he was a hardened criminal, and it's alleged that Usphe blamed Usimangele for ratting him out to the police when he was still stealing cars, hence he went to jail. But Usphe is he's scared that Andwaki will do something to him because she is a Sangoma, and he's always had the inkling that she doesn't like him. So she thinks he will kill her. He thinks she will kill him, and he's basically living in fear because of her, because she's Smangel is allegedly spreading rumors which is this bad person is gonna kill her, allegedly like and it's so ridiculous. You know, yabona nje indaba zomndeni family politics, they just are exhausting. But yeah, they just basically bobawuthi bayanukana. And then the episode, the whole series ends, the reality show, it ends with Umaka Chikini, Simangele Mhlongo, finally having her, because last week Udladla, her partner, they were planning a housewarming, because due to family drama, Simangele Mhlongo left her family that she was living with to go and get Isaiti and build a Giona. And although she didn't build, she had a windy house, a big spacious windy house she's living in with her partner Udladla. While she's living with her partner Udladla, they fixed it up, they've made that house a home, and then they were having a housewarming. And her partner Udladla basically invited her family, because it's a same-sex relationship, and then also invited Simangele's family, who did not show up until Undogo called Chicken, her brother, who is Simangele Mhlongo's child. Chicken, like, they get along very much. Chicken used to make content with Simangele. So Undogo called Chicken because umbone engasekho egcekeni, because Undogo had agreed when Chicken with they're not going to go to the housewarming, because Umawabo did not tell them about the housewarming herself, but left it up to Udladla to basically tell them ukuthi ukuthi they're having a housewarming. Udladla is her partner. So Ntogo was like, I'm not gonna go to that housewarming, and then Chicken was like, he's not gonna go either. But you have Ntogo saying Chicken went to the housewarming, you know, which is expected. Like, boy kids love their moms, you know. So I expected him to go to the housewarming. I expected that, you know. Chicken loves his mom very much, and Chicken loves him very much. Uma kaNtogo noNtogo ngazi ukuthi ibona bangathelelana amanzi as such, because they're both controlling and banamakhanda kubawu-2. But uChicken went, and next week sizobona-ke kahle ukuthi kuphenye kanjani. But that was the episode of this week. I'm just glad that kukho konke they can still come together. It just shows ukuthi umndeni at the end of the day, you know, this family is always fighting, whether it's on TikTok live, bahlezi like outing their family business, embarrassing each other, whether it's on radio, on social media, like they're always fighting each other. But I love how they can put their differences aside and work on the same project, because this shows that at the end of the day they do love each other, you know, even if they don't like each other, they love each other. Because kahle kahle, for them to still be working together on a reality show, ingoba bayasazi isimo sasemndenini, bayasazi isimo sabo financially, and in order for them ukuthi to get some money at the end of the day, they put their feelings aside um ukuze ukuthi at least kube ne-income bakwazi ukuphila. And that's love at the end of the day, man. You know, I feel like kudos to Maga Chicken, because she's the one that has the power, as far as who can be and who can't be a reality show allegedly. And for her to still, even if Ekabala Numden Wake still want her distant family to be a part of it, one way or the other, shows her maturity and just the love that she has for her family. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section if you enjoyed the episode. If you want more of my reviews, yeah, go on Joe Money. Tell me in the comment section. If you like this one, please press like. Alternatively, please press subscribe for more of my videos. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching tonight. Goodbye and have a beautiful night ahead.